Well, hello there. Welcome, everybody. So we are going to try to get some missions in. Hopefully, actually get a couple in. I don't actually remember how long the Delta arc is, except for a couple of them. Just because a lot of them are pretty easy to skip through, so I've skipped through most of them. I have done a few things though in the meantime. So I have been able to gather a whole bunch of ships. Pay no attention to that. This is just all stuff prepped for tomorrow. If you're doing doing the Admiralties, you will get to a point where you can uh, get them in so that you have your daily XP reached. And basically, all you do is then just queue up. Don't do like small ones. This one is kind of on the border right here. This 20, 20, 45. Don't do the 15-minute, 30-minute ones that don't give a whole lot of rewards. Because the actual campaign experience is based upon the time spent on it, not on the actual degree of the assignment. So whether it's a rare, very rare, anything like that, it's based upon the time you spend. So try not to concentrate a whole lot on these 15 to 30-minute ones. I'll do them and then I'll just quickly get through the queue and then just quickly um, uh, go through and collect the rewards and then put something new on there. Matter of fact, I probably should actually just accept the reward on this one, but there's probably a good chance that this right here, all of these are enough to get me the 10,000 experience points I need for tomorrow, which is actually about here in about 5 hours. But yeah, so you queue them up. That way, it gives your ships enough time for them to go through maintenance, and then you just queue up a whole bunch more, and then you just keep on doing that day by day. You can do this once you get to level 7, 8, where you just queue up a whole bunch of them, and then turn them in, get a whole bunch more, and just not worry about it till the next day. It's really mindless at that point. When you're within the 7 and below that in the 8, below that in 6 on down, you'll still have to go in and turn in more than a few. It also depends on how many actual slots you have. So, like when I finish this out, I'm gonna have one more slot, which is just gonna make this one, like the Klingon Empire, just a little bit easier to do, just because I'm just gonna have one more slot. But I think this morning when I turned in, I actually only used 5 of them. So I have 8, so I had 3 left over. The day before, I used only 4. But both those days, I had the actual campaign, which didn't come up in my queue today, and it's not even close to coming up. But I had that already set up. So yeah, like this one right here, the tour of duty. I did those. So tomorrow morning might actually use all 8 of these in order to complete it. But yeah, but it's fine. Even if I have to do a couple more, but it just saves you some time and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, so what I was getting at. Yeah, so I actually completed the Infinity Tier 5 boxes. I had to break down. They were not dropping below 5K, and if they did, they got as low as 4K. And I really need these ships in order for me to be able to just comfortably succeed at doing the missions. These The tier 5 boxes for the Infinity, they give you 29 ships, and that's pretty huge when you're trying to do the Admiralties, especially on a free to play account. Especially since some of them, like the Mir Hanam, let's see, there's some more of these. The Mir Hafif, the Mir Spear Builders. Let's see. The Mir Hop Packs. These where it ignores the negatives and minuses are very important, because sometimes, like this tack one, this could basically be a 1420, just depending upon how many tack points you're subtracting. So these are all very important to try to get, and so I just had to go get them. I lucked out because I have I have some recruits that I quickly grabbed before the recruit events were done. So during the recruit event, actually, I'll just kind of head over to my fleet starbase from here. So during the recruit event, I picked up a whole bunch of the recruits. Just lived them up till I got the transponder for whichever one it was, and now I'm just waiting. But I had one recruit that basically is close to being deleted, and so if you go to your fleet starbase. And this does require you to turn in all the fleet marks and stuff like that you're getting along the way, and you turn those in so you just have enough fleet credits. And then at your fleet starbase, you're going to dock, and then you're just going to run right straight across. Now in the Klingon starbase, I'm not exactly 100% where it is, but it's in the Klingon starbase. So here in the Fed starbase, you're just going to run right straight across into the room right down this way. And there's a guy right over here, this personnel officer, and this commission duty officers. So you're just going to go to the very rare, and you can choose whichever one you want, the tactical, science, whatever. Most people just choose the officers here. So I had a character, he had 280,000 fleet credits. Just came in, bought a whole bunch of these, put all the officers on sale, sold them. I probably made about 50 million credits out of them. That's probably generous, probably closer to 30 or 40. But enough to pad the pockets and then use that credits to finish out the ships. So let's go ahead and do some missions. I've just been talking for 15 minutes. Not what I was expecting. So let's go ahead and we'll have to leave the starbase, won't we? Oh, nope. I have to go talk to the transporter. Dude. We shall go to sector space. So we can just go ahead and transport. And so the last time we were playing, we defeated the Dyson Spear. We've got a notification that we need help from Tuvok, and so we are heading to help Tuvok. By the way, I am using the Reliant saucer on my Bozeman. I use beams on this ship, and having a gigantic cannon underneath just didn't look right. so I switched it over. Ah, crap. Dang it. I'm just going to exit out of this, and I'm going to... I forgot I did something. Hopefully, this will have me start up from the beginning. I turned my audio off because I was watching somebody yesterday. I was doing my dailies. So audio. Should have known something was up because couldn't hear any sound. But we're gonna do that. All right, yeah. Show it has to begin. Let's try this one again.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room. Welcome aboard. And if I may say so, it's good to see you again. Between doomsday devices and the Delta Quadrant, it looks like we get all of the interesting assignments. If you'll come with me, I'll take you to Admiral Tuvok. He wants to see you right away.
Benzo, I hadn't expected to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Someone decided that with our experience with that, borrowed bird of prey, I'm the perfect person to handle joint operations with the Klingons out here in the Delta Quadrant. I even got a promotion, as you can see.
Can you fill me in a bit more on what's going on here?
What would you like to know?
Do you know why Admiral Tuvok requested me?
The Admiral is trying to track down Dr. Cooper. He thinks that Cooper is the key to this conflict with the Undine. He hasn't explained why yet, but he says that your assistance is crucial. What would you like to know?
What's the situation here in the Delta Quadrant?
Unstable, but not totally out of control. The Borg have suffered setbacks on multiple fronts. They're being pressed hard by the Voth, the Undine, and various liberated elements. The Voth are mostly bottled up in their home space and in the Solanae Dyson sphere. We've established some connections with a few of the locals, such as the Kobali and the Talaxians. Of course, there are still troublemakers out here. The Kazon, the Hirogen, the Malon, and there's a new power player we're very concerned about. Whoever they are, they're picking off systems left and right. Even the Krenim weren't a match for them. We need to find out who they are and what they want. What would you like to know?
Why bring the Voyager out here? This ship is 30 years old.
Voyager spent 7 years in the Delta Quadrant, and during that time many of her systems were optimized to deal with the hazards out here. This old girl's still got a few tricks. Besides, Admiral Tuvok specifically brought Voyager out for this mission, and what the Admiral wants, the Admiral gets. What would you like to know?
Oh, let's go.
Sorry we don't have time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away. The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Tuvok?
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
What's going on?
I am still under telepathic assault by the Undine we know as Cooper. He has found some means to greatly increase his psionic power, and I cannot withstand his assault indefinitely. I will need your help to repel Cooper's attack and counter him.
You must be under a great amount of stress.
What else do you need to know?
What do you need me to do?
I have been able to deflect Cooper's attacks thus far, but I require assistance to repel him and gain any useful information. I propose initiating a Vulcan mind meld through which you will be able to enter my mind and aid me against Cooper.
That sounds dangerous.
What else do you need to know?
Wouldn't it be better to seek the aid of a sonic master?
Your prior experiences with Cooper should allow your subconscious mind to hone in on him. An outsider who has never encountered him before would have no such connection and could never hope to find him.
I'll try to do what I can.
What else do you need to know?
I'm ready.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
Oh, this is not the right uniform for this. I need to switch it out. Let me use my mind powers to change my uniform. This one? Yep, that one. What's going on? Computer, activate emergency medical hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Doctor, I seem to be confined to sick bay. Can you override the door lockout for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
I'm fine, Doctor. Really. I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, it is crucial that I leave sickbay. I need to find Tuvok.
You're not going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor!
Can you hear me? Come speak to me at the desk terminal. The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from your ready room.
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
Why do I need the pad? Why not use our communicators?
Remember, objects have symbolic significance in this mindscape. As an outsider in my mind, your ability to communicate with me directly is limited. Your communicator is part of your mind, and so it cannot interact with me directly while Cooper tries to keep us separated. The pad is part of my mind, so I can use it to bridge the gap between us.
Strange, but I suppose we've had time to get into the metaphysics of this.
The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. No. Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering.
Computer, examine the Omega Directive. Computer. Release Omega Lockdown. Authorize Dolan Admiral.
Cooper is attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kintha's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
Understood.
Cooper is trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
This isn't right.
The mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
I see.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
Where's the chief engineer?
Vilana, I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager is about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
I can stop the core breach. Let me assist.
I've almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Ensign, we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you, and Tuvok's mind with you. You can't stop
defenses
this.
to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
I'm
He
in
has raised
control.
defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack. Quickly use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses. Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
I'll find someone to help on the crew deck.
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone who might be able to help us.
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
Voyager's in danger from species 8472. We need to liberate Tuvok. He's being held in the ready room.
I have no reason to trust you, but this seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Tuvok can explain. Here. He can communicate through this pad.
7. You are currently experiencing an engrammatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
Let's go to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the Collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant. Assimilated Undine may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
Oh, you're here. Let's just get this over with.
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind. For the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
Agreed. It's time to end this.
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
Lead the way, Admiral.
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
I'll handle the sensors.
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Tuvok, I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega Protocol lockdown is in effect.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
What do we do?
You don't belong here.
should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the Mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to astrometrics.
Let's go.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path. In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning Borg vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of ghosts.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching. I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
Oh, fries are done. Let's try somewhere else. We need to keep checking. We have to be getting close. time to end this meld and go find Cooper. Goodbye, Tuvok. Hello, Tuvok.
This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation. Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
Pardon me, Ensign.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
This area of space was labeled by Commander Chakotay as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with Species 8472.
What do we need to do here?
We must locate a quantum singularity that will lead us into the correct area of fluidic space. My suspicion is that Cooper is using this region as a staging ground for the massed Undine fleet, and his command bioship will be there as well. Approach each singularity and check its quantum wave signature. When we find the correct one, we will pass through.
We'll probably have to engage the Undine fleet here first, and scan the singularities.
This passage will work. Quickly, we must go through the portal. We need to reach Cooper's command bioship. According to my scans, he is using a modified dreadnought as a control vessel. Intriguing. Cooper's bioship appears to have nerve clusters, gyri, and structures typically associated with brain matter. While most bioships are organic, they are not aware. Rather, they are biological tissue operated by the Undine as tools. Cooper's vessel is different. It is possible that the ship is self-aware. This would explain the increase in Cooper's telepathic abilities. Not only is his command bioship able to coordinate the entire Undine fleet, acting as a brain for the other ships, but it also amplifies his psionic power. We must gain access to the ship directly. We will need to temporarily disable its shielding mantle, so we can fire upon vulnerable sections to disable it.
Find and disable Cooper's ship. Understood.
You've come a long way, but as you can see, I am not unprepared for your arrival. Listen, Command bioship is unique. It is capable of coordinating an entire fleet of bioships. A fleet that will launch from the structures you see here. Even if you attack me, I suspect you will find the sheer power of my new fleet to be overwhelming.
We're not defeated yet.
Command bioship is weakened. We must beam aboard and locate Cooper while it is possible. We are close to Cooper's position, but the bioship is blocking transport in the area closest to the central nexus. We must find control nodes that will allow us to enter the nexus. As the ship is organic, we may be able to force it open by sending impulses through certain nerve endings, thereby causing a reflex reaction, much like a sneeze.
Find the control nodes, open the central nexus. Got it.
The muscles controlling this passage will not release. We will need to find controlled ganglia we can use to trigger a reflex response and open the door.
East has to be near here.
Cooper should be in the chamber just beyond this door.
Does this ship have a mind? Can you convince it not to fight us?
An intriguing notion. I shall make the attempt. You must protect me from Cooper and his soldiers while I concentrate on the mind meld. When you are ready, we shall proceed.
I'm ready. Start the meld.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate. The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
What is happening? You did this!
My mind to your mind.
Communication link established.
Your thoughts to my thoughts.
The weak will perish.
Why should we listen to the weak?
You will perish when the Iconians complete their purge. To the Iconians, you are weak.
We must survive.
When we fight one another, we are weak. United, we are strong.
No! Don't listen to him!
We must see to our needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
The many must survive.
We don't need them!
The many will be strong. The strong will survive.
They are weak. I will save us.
You are weak.
What? No!
But together, we are strong. You will be repurposed.
No!
By the way, if you're watching and you like what you see, go ahead and give me a
The
like.
Bio-Dreadnought has no intention of entering our space. Now we must return to our ships before the Undine retreat to their own fortresses in fluidic space.
If you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. I'd appreciate it.
There are no signs of Undine pursuit. Whatever the intent of the remaining Undine forces, it seems that they do not involve our dimension. As a Vulcan, I am not given to personal displays. Nonetheless, we have shared a deep connection. We will always carry a part of this experience with us. In a sense, you have become a portion of my mental defenses. Part of the ship and crew that define the most challenging aspects of my existence. Our shared effort has prevented another Undine invasion, and incidentally allowed me to retain my sanity. Your contributions are appreciated. I must advise Starfleet Command of these developments. I am sure we will speak again. Until then, I am confident that events in the Delta Quadrant are in capable hands.
Farewell,
Live
Admiral.
long and prosper.
Admiral Tuvok is safe, along with Voyager. That means a lot to me, personally and professionally. Thanks. Something tells me there's more to this than meets the eye. We'll be in touch if we learn more. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into. A group of Talaxians living in the Intaba system are ready to move to a new homeworld. Admiral Tuvok and Voyager have gone ahead to begin preparations, and I'd like you to assist them.
On my way.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
So I am currently going through and I am doing the Delta storyline. I've been playing this character through the storyline. I've done all the secondary stories. So like Cold Call, Lost Dominion, Spectre, and Wasteland. Try to do those in order, the order that I thought they were chronologically. And now, since I finished those, I'm just going through the actual mission log now. This was the first mission that I did within the Delta Quadrant. And so, that's where I'm at right now. Trying to get a couple missions in tonight. I am currently flying the fleet version of the Bozeman, which is a really good ship.
Voyager is under attack by the Kazon. Engines are offline. Requesting assistance. Thank you for your assistance. We were en route to the Talaxian base when we were ambushed by the Kazon. The damage is relatively minor, but my crew will require time to make repairs. However, I have a personal request. The leader of the Talaxian colony served with me on Voyager. Would you be willing to take me there?
Of course, Admiral Tuvok. Beam over at your convenience.
This base is populated by Talaxians. My shipmate from Voyager, Neelix, joined them before they moved to this location. The Talaxians have been looking for a new homeworld for quite some time, and now they have found one. The Alliance's history with the relocation of the Romulans will be invaluable in this process.
Starfleet! Oh, what a thrill! It's so wonderful to see someone from the Federation again. It's been so long, and I keep in touch with my friends, but subspace isn't the same, and listen to me, I'm rambling on. My name is Neelix, and I serve as Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. Before that, I spent 7 years on the USS Voyager with Captain Catherine Janeway.
Admiral Janeway. She's been promoted for some time now.
Admiral Janeway? Of course! She certainly earned that promotion. My link to the Alpha Quadrant wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be until the Janolan Dyson Sphere opened a path straight to the Delta Quadrant. Now we get all sorts of news, but yours is the first ship to visit. I may make a trip to Earth myself sometime, sample the cuisine, but that will have to wait until after the colonization. I barely have a minute to myself anymore. There's just so much to do.
About the colonization.
Oh, you've come to help? How wonderful! But of course, Starfleet's always pitching in to help out, aren't they? Why, in all my years as ambassador to the Delta Quadrant, I've done everything I could to uphold the good name of the Federation. I don't always have the resources to do more than diplomatic visits, but we try to help out anyone we can, whenever we can. There are Ocampan ships out there right now. Did you know that? My people are helping them explore the stars.
I'm sure the Federation appreciates your efforts on its behalf. But could we get back to the colonization efforts?
Ow, where are my manners? You must be tired and thirsty after your long journey. Come to the colony. We'll fix you right up. But if I could impose on you just for a
a small favor first? The Kazon Nistrum have been giving us a lot of trouble lately. We've constructed some shield generators to protect the base, but the Kazon keep knocking them offline, and all my shuttles are prepping for the colonization. Could you reactivate the shields for us?
Of course, Neelix.
Wonderful! Just fly to the generators and start the relaunch sequence. It will take them a few minutes to get up to full strength, but that shouldn't be a problem. After that, beam down to the colony. I'll start making some nice old root stew for you.
Restart the 3 generators. Got it. Good work.
Thank you so much for your assistance. You may beam down to our base at your leisure. Oh, and speaking in my formal capacity as permanent ambassador, welcome to the Delta Quadrant.
Thank you, Neelix.
So good to meet you in person. View screens are so impersonal, don't you think? May I shake your hand? If memory serves, that's how. Mr. Vulcan? Is that you, Tuvok?
Indeed. It is agreeable to see you again, Neelix.
What a wonderful surprise. Come, my friends, we have so much to discuss.
You look well, Neelix.
As do you. Family, children. Being here has changed me for the better.
Indeed. This colony is an improvement on your previous home.
Twice as large and completely updated. You should see the kitchen.
But you still seek a new homeworld?
Of course, children need sun and open skies. A place to put down roots. What was that?
Acknowledge. Inform me if the Kazon return.
The operations bay? Dexa was in there! Dex's trapped! Please, do something! Dex is a little dizzy, but she'll be fine. I have to stay with her, though. I'm afraid I must impose on your kindness again. Several of our systems were damaged in the attack, and I can't help fix them just now.
Of course I'll help, Neelix. What can I do?
Several of our systems are malfunctioning. Our communications, environmental controls, engineering, and the controls for the crane loading our ships all have been damaged.
It would be my pleasure. you're wondering how to do this, this over here, you just got to match it with the keyword. Felix?
Thank you so much. Everything seems to be working properly now, and Dex is feeling much better. I need to take one final lap around the base and speak to a few people before we depart. Would you care to accompany me?
Certainly. Am I accompanying you, or are you accompanying me?
Oh, hello! I'm preparing the most wonderful feast to celebrate the colonization of our new homeworld. And we need to gather spices for the Talaxian spice stew. I'll need Ranganzo, Spith basil, Prishik, and some Nimian sea salt. I'm sure if you ask around, someone will have them.
Of course. So find what you need.
Isn't Chef Jolax great? He's a good friend, and his falata onion crisp is superb.
Okay.
We're traders. A lot of people have spices. But I bet Alex, Brexa, Wixon, and Maxon can help.
Excuse me, Wixon.
Hello, friend. Are you looking for something?
I'm helping the chef prepare a meal for the commemorating the launch. Do you happen to have any spice?
All I have is some Nimian sea salt. Do you need it?
Yes, that would be a great help. Thank you very much.
Now, Wixon, he's a reliable guy. You might even say he's the Nimian salt of the earth.
Ah. Maxon?
I haven't seen anyone like you around here before. You must be one of those visitors from the Alpha Quadrant. How are you enjoying your time here? Try the Jabellian berry salad yet?
Not yet, but I'm helping the chef prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
Ooh, is Jolex cooking? I can't wait. Give him this Spith basil. Spice stew isn't the same without a little Spith.
Thank you.
Maxon likes his food spicy. I once saw him add amber spice to Paraka wings.
Hey, Alex.
Hello. You must be one of Neelix's friends from the Alpha Quadrant. Thank you for repairing our shield generators. Is there anything I can do to help you?
I'm helping Jolan prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
My mate gave me a bit of Prishik last Prixon. Would that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Alex is like a mother to all the children here. She always has a bit of candy in her pockets for them.
Braxa?
Hi there. Are you enjoying your stay in the Delta Quadrant? Is there anything you need?
Do you happen to have any spices?
Certainly. I have a bottle of Rengonzo from my last trading trip. I was saving it for a special occasion, and today certainly fits.
Thank you.
Talaxians are a warm and generous people.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll save you a bowl of stew.
Sure. I love spicy food.
I need to scan the route we'll take to the colony. But the Kazon attack has damaged our astrometric system. All it will tell me is how far off I am from our target position. I feel like I'm taking shots in the dark. Would you be willing to help me?
Sure.
By adjusting the sensor array's pitch, up and down, and yaw, left and right, you can point the array at the target. By adjusting the force, you can change the distance the array examines. Be sure not to overshoot the target location. The array will be useless if that happens.
I can't thank you enough for your help. Dex is going to be fine. The doctors say she'll be up and around in no time.
Glad to hear, Neelix.
I need to return to Voyager. Please escort the Talaxian fleet to New Talix.
It would be an honor, Admiral.
We can return to Voyager at your earliest convenience. The Talaxians have much to do.
Certainly, Admiral. Voyager? So it's behind me. No.
Thank you for all you have done for the Talaxians. I believe that they will be a valuable ally to us in the days ahead. That would not have been possible without your assistance. I am confident we will see one another again. Until then, live long and prosper.
Peace and long life to you, Admiral.
Our ships are ready to depart. Travel to the staging area to join us in our new adventure.
On my way, Neelix. What the? There.
Are you ready to depart for New Talax?
Engage. On screen.
Are you detecting the theta radiation spikes? Those levels have been normal and steady for weeks now. What could have happened?
We'll check it out. Stay here with the fleet. Next, do you have an idea who did this?
Theta radiation could mean only one thing: the Malon. They lack the technology to recycle antimatter waste, which has led them to develop an entire industry around dumping theta radiation in various areas. We can't survive on New Talax if the Malon are going to use it as their personal garbage dump.
I'll deal with this, Neelix. Frontier justice.
Unknown vessel. This site is claimed by the Malon. Go find your own dump site.
The Telexians have claimed this system. You need to find another place to dump your waste.
Why? I was here first. Besides, there's a neutron star near here that makes this the perfect location for our needs. Finding another would be too expensive. Tell the Talaxians to find another planet.
Talaxians have been searching for years for a planet like their homeworld. We could assist you and find another dump site. Red alert! Target their engines. Destroying their ships only will make the radiation worse.
Enough! You've ruined me. Wrecked my ship. At least spare my life.
Find another place to dump your trash.
The Malon are gone, but the radiation is still around. Oh, what can we do? This would have been a perfect homeworld. But we can't live here if the radiation is going to infect the entire planet.
The Bozeman can easily remove the radiation. Give us a moment.
Thank you so much for all of your help. You are a true friend to me and to the Talaxian people. Your crew will always be welcome on New Talax. And good luck in your voyages. I hope to see you again soon.
It's been a pleasure, Neelix. Best of luck to you and your people.
The Malon were causing problems? Can't say I'm surprised. Hopefully this won't amount to more than a minor inconvenience. If it does, we'll be ready to take action.
None of these. I want none of these. Just, yep.
There's
Congratulations.
something I'd like you to look into.
It's been more than 30 years since Voyager passed through this region of space. But the echoes of what Captain Janeway and her crew did linger. We need to reestablish relationships here. I'm assigning you a region of space to patrol. Meet the locals and find out how things stand in the Delta Quadrant today.
All right. Wanted. At least Lillian did this one on another account. Let's give the Benthans a hand.
You have entered an area controlled by the Benthan Guard. Our scans indicate your ship is armed and operational, and you have demonstrated your ability to assist in an ongoing operation. You will either join our squadron as a deputized Protectorate officer, or clear the area immediately.
Deputized?
You are now my deputy. We are here to apprehend a suspect wanted in multiple systems for crimes not limited to theft, coercion, destruction of private property, and murder. When you arrived, we were dealing with one of this criminal's lieutenants. We've tracked the suspect to this system. Your assistance in this matter is required, and appreciated.
Alright.
Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quietly. You will stand down and surrender to the Benthan Guard. Sensors are picking up small habitations from the asteroid, possibly consistent with multiple temporary hideouts.
take the suspect into custody. Thank you for your assistance, and welcome to this sector. We recommend that you get underway and head for secure space. There's been a lot of turbulent activity recently, and multiple reports of danger to travelers.
Anything we should be aware of?
There have been rumors that the Borg are fighting large-scale battles. We have little evidence of who against or why as of yet, but we are finding the aftermaths of such conflicts. Whoever's been fighting the Borg has caused significant damage to the collective. We're taking a cautious approach until we know more. I suggest you do the same.
Interesting. Let's be sure to include this in our report.
We have the suspect in custody now, and we also apprehended a fair number of his associates. This part of space will be safer without their influence. I'm dispatching medics to treat any wounded so they can stand trial, and an engineering team to ensure his ship is stable so we can tow it back to base. Thank you. We have it from here.
We've received a distress call from the USS Callisto. The signal was garbled, and there's little more than their last known location in the data. Get out there and bring the Callisto home if you can.
Yes, ma'am.
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Just kind of curious, where is New Talix? Gonna take a slight detour. I'm gonna go see if this planet is actually visitable. It's technically not a detour, it puts me in that direction. Can you visit the planet? Doesn't look like it. No. It seems to be the planet, but no way to actually get onto the planet. All right. I flew right straight to the moon. Is that the moon over there? Huh. Alright. Transwarp. Now you know. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I am currently going through the Delta storyline. If you do like what you see, feel free to give me a like. If you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button, notification bell. You'll get notifications when I do stream. Stream at least a couple times a week, depending on my work schedule and personal life schedule. But I appreciate you being here. I am I'm currently flying a Fleet Bozeman. I was lucky enough to get one of the giveaways. This account is a free-to-play account with an asterisk. I do have the lifetime subscription on it, only because of the quality of life differences between the lifetime and a non-lifetime account. But that's the only thing I have purchased on the account. I am currently, as a side note, currently working my way towards trying to get the 10th anniversary bundle. Slowly working my way there, but haven't quite got there just yet. There might be some survivors. Scan the wreckage. The Bozeman here is probably one of my favorite ships. I have changed the body just a little bit. I'm running a beam ship, so I removed the cannons off the bottom. Just didn't make sense on the ship. Unfortunately. Can we identify who attacked her? Let's hear what they have to say.
This is 7 of 9, part of a Federation research team assigned to the USS Callisto. My team and I were investigating this outpost when the defense systems activated and destroyed the ship.
7. This is Admiral Dole, the USS Bozeman. We responded as soon as we could.
I am aware of your service record. Thank you for responding to our request for assistance. I was able to deactivate the outpost's defenses, but the system sent out an automated distress signal upon shutdown. It is logical to assume that someone will be arriving to investigate. Please transport my team and me to your ship. I will be of more assistance to you there.
I have a lot to explain.
Long-range sensors are picking up inbound energy signatures. Voth ships. They must lay claim to this system.
Indeed.
Attention trespassing endotherms. You are trespassing in Voth-aligned space. Surrender now, and we will allow you to live out the remainder of your lives on a prison world.
We will not be made into prisoners.
Alien vessel, you have violated the Voth facility and will be.
Where are they going? It's not like the Voth to leave a battle they have clearly won.
That is odd. On screen.
This is a general distress signal for any ships in range. This is the Teray homeworld. We are under attack by an unknown force of immense power. We require immediate assistance.
Who exactly are the Teray?
The Teray are a spacefaring culture that Voyager encountered in 2376. They claim ownership over the underspace, which are corridors through subspace that significantly shorten travel times here in the Delta Quadrant. Command has been attempting to contact them, without success. Access to the underspace would be a distinct advantage for our fleets.
Do you think the Voth are the ones who attacked the Teray? They left so quickly.
That is one possibility. To my knowledge, the Voth and Teray are not enemies. However, there is still much we do not know about the Delta Quadrant.
Perhaps a show of good faith would be in order.
arrived in the Teray system. The Voth ships are in combat, but they are not engaging Teray vessels. Their opposition does not conform to any known ship in the database.
Whatever they are, they're packing quite a punch. Don't do it, friend.
The Voth and whomever they are fighting are speaking on an open channel. We can listen to their communications.
Make it so.
Your defense of the Teray thieves will be your undoing.
The Teray and Voth have a long-standing allegiance. The Teray's exothermic nature makes them superior to the other feeble races of the Quadrant.
Then you will be loyal to the death.
They're not even attempting to negotiate.
The surface of the Teray homeworld is being devastated by the debris from the Voth vessels. The Teray do have a defense network of satellites and shields that is capable of protecting them, but the control network is offline. This was intentional. Their attackers deliberately targeted the area during the initial assault. There is a secondary command center on the outskirts of one of their major settlements. If we transport directly there, we will be able to restore the control network. The invaders attacked this facility, but they did not do significant structural damage. They were, however, able to take down the control network controlling the orbital defense grid. That defense grid is the only thing capable of stopping all of the debris from the battle in orbit from raining down on the planet. Small pieces will burn up in the atmosphere, and your ship's weapons can deal with some others, but a significant percentage will get through. Until that grid is operational, there will be widespread devastation.
Yes, let's make this happen.
There was a firefight here. One of the Teray is injured, but his condition is stable. He may be able to give us more information about the invaders.
Good. We'll help him. Maybe he can answer some questions.
Thank you. My name is Bellis. You're from Starfleet, right?
Yes, we'd like to know what happened here.
The ships emerged from the underspace, and they were too close for our defense grid to stop the launch of drop pods. In minutes, they had knocked out the grid controls, and we were defenseless. We barely had time to transmit a distress signal.
This is underspace.
You are not Teray. I cannot reveal our secrets.
Very well.
If I may, underspace is a network of subspace corridors that extend through much of the Delta Quadrant. Voyager was pulled into one when its warp field interacted with the corridor's radial wall. At the time, we speculated that the corridors would speed our journey back to Federation space. That was not possible.
If underspace is a Teray secret, how were these attackers able to use it?
The attackers were Vaadwaur. Voyager did indeed interact with one of our corridors, but instead of deleting the info as we requested and going on their way, they revived our greatest enemy. All of this destruction, every death, it's all Voyager's fault.
Vaadwaur?
Impossible. It cannot be the Vaadwaur. I would know.
Seven? Who are the Vaadwaur?
This is all my fault. When we first encountered the Vaadwaur, they were in cryostasis. I foolishly awoke their leader in a moment of curiosity. I didn't know their history. They were conquerors, despots. The Vaadwaur used underspace to rule the Delta Quadrant for decades. It was only when the other races banded together that they were defeated. At the time we encountered them, when I awakened them, Captain Janeway said she probably would have done the same thing. But it wasn't her choice, it was mine. I am responsible. However, the Vaadwaur we encountered did not have a level of technology like what we face here. This is far beyond anything the Vaadwaur are capable of developing in such a short amount of time.
Understood. What's the plan then?
My analysis remains unchanged. We need to restore functionality to the defense grid. There are 4 nodes located on the edge of this complex. We must restart these nodes and realign them to the central tower to re-establish the grid.
Sounds good. Keep an eye out for any Vaadwaur. We won't like what we're doing here.
I'll go to the central tower and start the initialization sequence.
I blame myself for the Vaadwaur's return. It was a door best left unopened. No further hostile beams detected. No further hostile beams detected. No further hostile beams detected. Complete these steps in the correct order to initialize and align the node.
Go on.
First, you must access the AI subroutines. Next, you must reinitialize the kinetic dampeners. Finally, you must align the main relay.
Ever need any good advice on completing things like this? Always take it to the NPC chat and just be able to read it from there. If you don't have the memory like I don't have the memory, to either take a screenshot or read it from the chat.
When we first rescued the Vaadwaur, we thought we could be allies. No further hostile beams detected. Analysis complete. Perform these...
What stuck me in? Oh, I think I have... What the heck?
No further hostile beams detected. Analysis complete. Perform these steps in the correct order.
Go on.
First, you must access the AI subroutines.
Next, you must update the defense protocols. Finally, you must establish the satellite uplink.
Understood.
Defense node online.
No further hostile beings detected.
I saw somebody running that way.
When Admiral Tuvok asked me to leave my post at the Daystrom Institute to assist the Callisto, I thought the probability of seeing Vodwar was statistically insignificant.
No further hostile beings detected.
Gonna hopefully kill anybody off who may be still around. Save a few more Turay. Oh, I don't know who just shot him, but
No further hostile beings detected.
We must inform our superiors about the Vodwar threat. I have completed my analysis. Complete the following steps in the correct order. First, you must launch the startup sequences. Next, you must update the defense protocols. Finally, you must align the main relay.
understood.
Uplink reinitialized.
One last little relay station.
We had to ally ourselves with the Turay to escape the Vodwar. My analysis of this node is complete. Execute the following steps in the correct order. First, you must access the AI subroutines. Next, you must charge the capacitive relays. Finally, you must align the main relay. Connection reestablished.
Starfleet. I need assistance at the central tower.
Alright. To the tower we go. Hello.
No further hostile beams detected. No further hostile beams detected.
Your team did an excellent job getting the defense nodes back online and realigned to the central hub here. The restart process will take some time, but the defense grid will be active in about 2 minutes. We'd be in good shape if the Vaadwaur hadn't launched more assault pods. These are mobile transporter pads used to bring more troops to the surface rapidly. I assume they're coming to stop us from restoring the defense grid.
We need to hold them off until the defense grid has completed the restart sequence.
The Teray took control of underspace after the Vaadwaur were defeated. Clearly, the Vaadwaur object. Vaadwaur reinforcements approaching. The Vaadwaur are relentless. Probability of our survival is slim. Vaadwaur are tenacious fighters. We must be more.
I wonder if this mission's gonna be bugged. It was the last 2 times I played it.
Forever.
What is that?
Ah. So it killed me.
No further hostile beams detected.
Oh no.
No further hostile beams detected.
God.
It is not
odd. Voth reinforcements have entered orbit. These Vaadwaur do not want to do battle with an obviously superior force.
Really? I seem to remember the Vaadwaur tearing your ships apart.
While we did sustain great losses, we have made good on our agreement with the Teray. Bellas, we have restored your defense grid.
Seven and I restored the defense grid, you mean?
I'm not interested in petty squabbling about who did what. The grid is restored and we are safe. That's all that matters.
I apologize, Bellas. Permission granted.
Seven of 9.
Admiral.
We detected the destruction of the Callisto. What?
It was your fault! Your ship invaded the Voth outpost! You woke the Vaadwaur!
Vaadwaur? Interesting. Starfleet intelligence did not consider them a threat. We believed their numbers were few and their technology outdated.
Then you were wrong! The Vaadwaur have returned, and no one is safe.
I see. 7. Voyager could use your expertise again. Will you return to the ship?
That would be acceptable.
Very well. We will take the other survivors from the Callisto as well. Thank you.
Voyager, 2 to beam up.
Alright. Not yet. Shouldn't just leave our trash laying around, people. After all, we're Starfleet. We just don't just destroy planets. Alright. Beam up.
Thank you for assisting Seven and lending aid to the Teray. However, the discovery that our old foes, the Vaadwaur, have made such a leap in technology and are now threatening the entire quadrant is troubling.
I agree.
Thank you. Without your help, my team and I may have been killed by the Voth. Now, however, I must turn my attention to the Vaadwaur. I am responsible for their return. I must assist in their defeat.
Good luck, Seven. Stay safe out there.
The Vaadwaur. I had a feeling I hadn't seen the last of them. They were dangerous before, and now they have tech that can defeat the Voth. If the Vaadwaur come for us, we need to be ready. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Not all the experiences of the USS Voyager crew in the Delta Quadrant were positive. Captain Janeway made some tough decisions to get her crew home. And more than one species felt like they'd had a run-in with a supernova after she'd been through their space. These ill feelings have festered for decades, and they haven't aged well. We need to do what we can to assuage them.
Aftermath. Alright, patrols.
This is agreeable. It seems unlikely that anyone would detect our distress signal, let alone respond to the call. Thank you for that.
What happened here, Captain?
Hostiles dropped out of warp and attacked without warning. Their ships were fast and powerful, far beyond beyond our capabilities. They disabled us and left shortly thereafter. Curiously, one of them communicated to us. He said scavengers would come to pick apart our ships. As we are defenseless, that was an unsettling statement. Can you help us?
We'll do what we can, Captain. Bolzmann out.
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Yeah, notice that was wrong. Divert power from the shields to the transporter. Grab all you can.
They're where we left them. If they have a presence, tell them.
I thought this was a Vodwat patrol. Alright.
Thank you for coming. Our situation is quite dire. Life support is failing ship-wide, and so is artificial gravity. We're unable to conduct repairs at this time. Can you provide assistance?
Well, let's get your life support fixed. With that done, your crew should be able to handle everything else.
Thank you. We'll make our way to a base to complete repairs.
Clean up this technical trash. Open fire. Very expensive to clean up. How irritating.
Stupid warp core explosions. Modify a probe to generate a dampening field. We'll evacuate why there's a gap in the radiogenic phase variance. That's too many big words.
Thank you for your timely assistance. The Cooperative appreciates your efforts. We can take charge of those you have rescued and transport them to friendly territory.
Acknowledge. We'll rendezvous. Acknowledge. We'll rendezvous with you for transport. Would you believe I have a speech impediment?
Tracking a large force incoming. Preparing defense station.
Have our thanks. Were it not for you and your crew, none of us would have survived.
Let us know if you hear rumors any Voth advances or attacks.
The doctor is asking for assistance with a situation in the Shenda system. I'd like you to lend a hand.
All right. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back.
There's something interesting.
We'll go ahead and go help the doctor. Doctor? Just trying to check in here. I think what I might do is get towards the end of these patrols. Probably call an end from there. And then start off with the Bali front tomorrow. Sounds like a good way to do that. Take us to the doctor's shuttle.
Pleased to meet you. I scanned your service record before your arrival. You've been in quite a few battles, haven't you? Ever stop to think about the strain you're putting on your medical crew before you charge into combat? Of course you don't. No captain ever does.
Nice to meet you too, Doctor.
We've been hailing this Ocampan freighter for some time, but we're not getting a response, and our sensors cannot penetrate their shields. Their initial distress signals indicated that they were suffering from Paranesti measles. I can treat it easily, if I can get onto the ship. Now that your ship is here, it should be trivial to board the vessel and assess the situation. Transport me aboard your vessel, and then my shuttle can return to Voyager.
Prepare for transport.
Excellent. Your ship has more powerful sensors than my shuttle.
I am Gaul, leader of the Vaudois. Greetings. I am Gaul, leader of the Vaudois supremacy. I apologize for the overzealousness of my soldiers. This action was not authorized.
I am Admiral Dole of the Bozeman.
I'm pleased to finally meet you. It appears your presence here in the Delta Quadrant has inadvertently caused some conflict between us. I would rather avoid any more unpleasantness. Would you be willing to meet with me face to face?
Yes, but I've found such talks are best on neutral ground.
That is understandable. Do you have a location in mind? There are not many areas of the Delta Quadrant where my people are not reviled.
I might know a place. We'll back with you in just a moment.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise! Is there anything I can do for you?
Hello, Neelix. We need a neutral place for a diplomatic negotiation with the Vaudois, and I was wondering if you could help.
Diplomatic negotiations? I am Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. I would be more than happy to offer my services as mediator. As for the location, Dexa and most of our people are on New Talax now, but we still have the asteroid base in the Intaba system. It's mostly empty now, just a few cleanup crews, and the Kazon have been leaving it alone. It would be perfect.
Thank you. Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
Well, did you find find a suitable location for our meeting.
There's an asteroid base in the Ataba system that the Talaxians have been using.
Talaxians? Are there still Talaxian communities? How odd. This site is agreeable. Send my ship the coordinates and I will meet you there.
Coordinates sent. We'll talk there.
I'm contacting the closest citizens. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
Excellent idea, Doctor.
Imagine using a medical emergency as a trap. The Vaadwaur have no shame. I don't trust Gaul. He betrayed us on Vaadwaur Prime. He'll do it again.
Did I miss something? So I haven't watched the Voyager episode. Actually, I haven't watched very many Voyager episodes. I can't get through the first season. But was Gaul an actual character in the Voyager? Inquiring minds want to know. What the heck? I apparently cannot search that right now. So we will get back to the game.
It's good to see you again so soon. If I might make a suggestion, I would recommend only bringing 2 crew members with your away team. Gaul brought 4 aides. You'll have the doctor and myself, and bringing more of your crew down might look like you're trying to get an advantage on him. Gaul seems very touchy. Proper protocol will be important. Are you ready to beam down?
On my way.
It's so good to see... Doctor, it's been 30 years! You haven't aged a day!
Yes. It's good to see you too, Neelix.
We have a bit of time before we'll begin. We're giving the Vaadwaur a fine Talaxian feast to help ease the tension. Doctor, you must tell me all you've been up to.
Oh, Neelix, I couldn't. Not with the Vaadwaur here. But I suppose it is important that you hear about my many achievements since our last meeting. And my brilliant research was able to prove, conclusively. Thus, I began my grand adventure into the challenge of writing Klingon opera.
Well, Brax and I agreed to never mention the incident again. Well, at least not to Dexa.
Neelix, the Vardwar have finished the appetizers and are waiting for you.
Oh, well, we had better get going. We can talk more later. Do you remember Chef Jolax from the last time you were here? He's the one that has been serving the Vardwar their fabulous appetizers. Full bellies make for good conversation, I always say. He told me that Gaul is a little grumpy, but I'm sure you can handle him. Gaul is in the command room now, waiting for us. Jolax should be back soon to take everyone's orders for the main course.
Thank you, Neelix. Let's go speak with Gaul.
Ah, at last. I must say your Talaxian friends are quite hospitable. But down to business. Our meeting is long overdue.
Indeed, it's time to settle our differences.
As do I. My people are damaged, in crisis. We are already at war with the Kabali, and with you, giving your alliances support for them.
Let's try to find a chord that benefits us both.
Do you know why we fight the Kabali? Their world was once a Vadwar colony, one of our largest. And there is still a large cache of stasis tubes on the planet. Those are my brothers and sisters being held hostage. The Kabali are stealing them, taking their very identities and transforming them.
They won't return the remaining tubes?
The Kabali would rather watch us die and use our corpses as fuel for their unnatural corruption. Is it wrong to fight against your own extinction? Don't we have a right to survive as well?
There must be some way we can end this peacefully. This war will scar the Quadrant for decades to come.
There can be no peace. Not after what they've done. Are you suggesting we are weak? That we should just lay down and die for them? No. We will not.
No, but destroying the Kabali isn't right either. There is a greater threat in the galaxy that we must face.
Do not try to pacify me. We will have our retribution. You have my offer. Abandon your alliance with the Kabali and support us, and we will be your strongest ally in the Quadrant.
I'm not here to start a war with the Kabali.
Peace. You know nothing of what it means to be Vadwar. You need to understand.
What do you mean?
The Vadwar have endured too much to make peace. Do you expect us to forget the destruction of our cities? The massacres of our people?
The food's almost ready. What would you all like for your main course?
You need to understand even the smallest fraction of our anger.
He's dead. I'm sorry.
Does that make you angry, Talaxian?
No. It makes me sad. For Jolex. And for you.
Then we are not done.
What the? Oh no.
I need a scan of the base. Are there any Talaxians left alive? Do your best to save Talaxians, no matter what. Starfleet will not let more innocents die today.
Time only to save one group? I do not envy your choice. I would go with you, but I cannot leave Neelix alone. And time is of the essence. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without us.
Very well. Make sure to get Neelix.
No, I'm going. I can't sit by and let the Vaudouard kill my friends. I won't be a burden. I promise. I have to do this.
Stay close to me, Neelix. I'll ensure your safety.
How do you choose me to save? We've saved the hostages, but they may be safer here. What about the people in the storage room? We should check to see if the Talaxians survived.
Doctor, you have to save them. These are my friends.
They are beyond my help now. I'm sorry.
Then we can still save the others. We have to get to the shuttle in the cargo bay.
I've sent a signal to the remaining Talaxians to join us here as soon as possible. More Vaadwaur on the way! Defend the shuttle! More on the way. If I weren't a hologram, I'd be worried. A large number of Vaadwaur are closing in. I'm afraid they may be too much for you to handle.
The Teray are here to assist. After this, our debt to you is repaid.
That's timely. Here come the Vaadwaur.
The Vaadwaur have been repelled. I would have words with you before you continue.
Thank you, Teray, for your assistance.
Our help does not mean we are now allies. We are repaying a debt. Our ships are currently engaging the Vaadwaur fleet. It is unsafe for this shuttle to launch until they are defeated. We will return to our ships. I suggest you do the same. We will provide cover for your ship so it may drop shields to transport you.
We appreciate your help, Commander. Bozeman, agree to beam up.
I knew this meeting was a farce. The word Vaadwaur means fool in ancient Talaxian. Did you know that? You thought me a fool who would swallow your insults without comment. A fool who would blunder into the trap you set with the Teray. I am not.
You're not the... You're the one who did this, Gaul, not me.
This has destroyed any chance of an accord between us. How disappointing. I had thought you would be a valuable ally. Now you are just another victim.
We did everything we could to make peace with you, Gaul. You're the one who destroyed it.
You came to our aid when the Vaadwaur attacked our homeworld. Now we have come to assist you. This discharges our obligation.
Thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can be allies someday.
How could they do something so horrible? We're no threat to them. We'd done nothing but welcome them. And he killed my friends just to make a statement. I don't understand how anyone would be so callous.
I'm sorry, Neelix.
I don't blame you. I agreed to let the Vaadwaur come here. I put my people in danger. This is my responsibility. I just never conceived that even the Vaadwaur could be so treacherous. They double-crossed us on Voyager and tried to take the ship, but slaughtering innocent people. My time on Voyager changed me. I saw the best that people could be. I forgot, or wanted to forget, how evil they could be.
Yes, I promise you that Gaul will face justice for what he's done.
With your permission, I'll lead the survivors back to New Talax. Then we can return with a security force to collect the dead.
Farewell, Neelix.
I've been in contact with the USS Blackwell. They boarded the freighter in the Shenda system, but it was empty. It was all a ruse by the Vaadwaur to lure us into that system. Everything was part of this play Gaul wanted to perform, from the initial distress call to his intervention and offer to negotiate. And then, he used a massacre to set his stage. That's the kind of man he is, and unless he's stopped, the entire quadrant may fall.
Let's hope it does not come to that, Doctor.
Gaul has shown his true nature. I expected he was not dealing in good faith. But nevertheless, we had to make an attempt to find a peaceful solution to our problems with the Vaadwaur. Now the war will continue. I grieve for all who have been lost, and for those who will fall before this conflict ends.
We had to try, Admiral.
Senseless, meaningless death. I'll never understand. I hope Neelix and his people will be able to find some peace, and that Gaul will answer for his crimes. And I hope our paths cross again, perhaps under better circumstances next time. With your permission, I'll return to Voyager.
Permission granted. Farewell, Doctor. It's been an honor.
Gaul betrayed my trust years ago when we first encountered the Vaadwaur. Time hasn't made him any less treacherous or dangerous. He's a warmonger and must be stopped. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
That's 3 patrols. I think I'm actually going to call it there. And we will start out with the 3 patrols tomorrow. So, if you have been watching, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Go ahead and get him. If you like what you've seen, please give me a like. If you would like to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You'll get notified when I stream again or if I post a video. But thank you again. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching. Bye.